Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakodash. We see the apostles and elders of great Muslim well, and salutations to all I came out today pushing word on truth and necessarily day in and day out. Constantly in season and season we say Shalom. Once again, let's go into the topic here about the Immaculate Conception. Which really and truly is the Immaculate Deception, because when Christianity and these Christians talk about that virgin birth, it's really a deception to deceive the people, because they themselves talk about something they don't understand, right? But when they do understand something, you go to the scriptures to prove that it's wrong and that it's off. All right. So before we jump into the scriptures, I would like to this is the word seed. So the word seed means the unit of reproduction of a flowering plant, capable of developing into another such plant. It's a quantity of seeds, right? All right. So let's go to verse so let's go to meaning 2. It say a man's semen. A man's semen, right? So when you hear the word seed, it means a man's semen, something to deal with reproduction, as meaning one to the unit of reproduction, right? So in order to be in order to say seed, so it's semen, right? So let's go down to this one last thing here. It says chiefly in biblical use, a person's offspring or descendants. A person's offspring or descendants. Okay, so let's jump into the scriptures, right? So let's remember that and let's jump into the scriptures, right? So my first scripture I would like to start with, right, is Hebrews. I will start with Hebrews chapter 2. Right? Hebrews chapter 2 verse 16, right? Because when you're going to when you hear they talk about the Immaculate Conception and the virgin birth, they like to say it's an angel that got Mary pregnant, right? Which according to the scriptures is off and wrong one time. So to prove that, it's Hebrews 2 verse 16. It says, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels. Again, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. So we already look up the meaning of the word seed. It means a man's semen. Or when I go to the meaning right after that, it's chiefly in biblical use. So a person's descendant or offspring. To be of that offspring, you would have to be of the seed, right? Meaning that you would have to be you'd have to be of that person's bloodline through the sperm, right? Being of the sperm, to be that descendant, to be your offspring. It's like, okay, it's like your father. It's like your father, okay? You are your father offspring. But in order to be of his offspring, you had also come from his sperm. Not so? So it's the same way with the Messiah. He came of the seed, right? Which is of a man's semen. Not what these Christians teach about, talking about the Immaculate Virgin birth, Mary's birth, Mary's Matthew and angel, the Messiah, angel got Mary pregnant and so forth, right? So the scripture here cut that one is just straight to the point. It says, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels. So one time, if the scripture is saying he took not on him the nature of angels, what I'm telling you, that these Christians, when they talk about an angel getting Mary pregnant, that off, and the Messiah come from that off one time. You already know. He said, but he took on him the seed of Abraham, which it said, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. So he took the nature of angels, but he took the seed of Abraham, which means he came through the semen, but not of that angelic doctrine that they teach, that he come from an angel and so forth. Right? So one time, and at the end of the day, we have to do what in order to answer your question, that's into the scriptures. So if they can't bring scriptures to prove that, right? So then one time, the author, the scriptures already say what? Them that speak not according to this word is because there is no light in them, right? So one time, if they ain't speaking according to this word, is what they're doing. The only thing they could do if they ain't speaking according to this word is deceive. And with that virgin birth doctrine, that is what they're doing. They're deceiving. Right? Because the scriptures, this one scripture here is straight to the point. Hebrews 2 verse 16. It says, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels. But they in the churches teach he come from the angels and so forth. The angel get Mary pregnant and so forth. And when the scriptures telling us something different. So who's lying? The scriptures or them? It says, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Right? It says, wherefore in all things it behoved him to be made like unto his brethren. Like unto his brethren. And how was his brethren made? Through what? Through the seed and so forth. Through the flesh. Come on. It's the script. Let the scriptures speak and instead of this vain babbling that these Christians and them do. And these, these people go to church, right? And they listen, these people are being Vocab Malone and G-Man and them stream, right? They be in the stream talking all this sort of things and they don't even know the scriptures. So why even try to debate? Why even try to try to debate somebody who knows something and you don't know, right? Still believing in something that's his fault, right? So let me go to the next scripture here. This is Galatians chapter 3 verse 16, right? Let's see. Right, so Galatians chapter 3 verse 16, it says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He said not unto seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed, which is, I will read it verbatim, and to thy seed, which is Christ, right? But which is Mashiach, right? And to thy seed, which is Mashiach. So, when it says to thy seed, what that means? What that means? What that means there? What that telling you? That if he come unto thy seed, what I mean? That he come from that lineage. In order to be of that lineage, I had also be born of this sperm to come to that lineage. Right? Jump to the next scripture here. I'm going to go to Acts, right? I'm going to go to Acts chapter 2, verse 30, right? So this is Acts chapter 2, verse 30. It said, therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that God had sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh. According to the flesh, okay? So one time it didn't do nothing spiritual. It didn't say according to the spirit or according to the angels. It say according to the flesh. He would raise up Mashiach to sit on his throne. It say according to the flesh. It didn't say nothing about angels. It didn't say nothing about nothing spiritual. It say according to the flesh. Right? Much right? Right? I'm going to reach on verse 29. This is Acts 2 verse 29. It said, men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his sepulchre is with us unto this day. Therefore, being a prophet, and knowing that God had sworn with an oath to him, that of the fruit of his loins, according to the flesh. One time it said according to the flesh again. You could dance around, you could dodge around. That is something these Christians like to do, dance and dodge around. But the scriptures speak. The scriptures is there to prove all things right or to prove all things wrong. And the Immaculate Conception is wrong. The virgin birth doctrine is wrong. Right? Let's say according to the flesh, he would raise up Christ to sit on his throne. Okay, so continuing, it say, alright, so remember it say according to the flesh, right? So it say, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, right? So let's jump down in scripture here now. This is second Timothy chapter 2 verse 8, right? So it say, remember that Yahushua Mashiach, right, of the seed of David, of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel. So, when I say of the seed, we already look up the meaning of the word seed. And it's starting up at the video, we already look it up. It states a man's semen, biblically, to be of the offspring or descendant. And in order to be of the offspring, you have to be of that bloodline. In order to be a descendant of this particular people, you have to be of that bloodline. So you have to be born of what? Of the man. Right? It says, remember that, I'll read it verbatim, remember that Jesus Christ, right? I ain't like to say it, but I'll read it just for edification's sake. Remember that Jesus Christ of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel. So one time you already know that in order to it's the seed of David, in order to be of that seed, you have to be born of the sperm. Right? So again, you can't dodge it, you can't dance around it. It is what it is. The scriptures already prove that immaculate conception, that immaculate deception, it's wrong. It's off. The virgin birth off. They like to talk about the virgin birth, but they don't even understand the virgin birth. Right? Right? Let's jump to the next scripture here. This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 29. It say, Yahushua answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. Right? Hey, you do err, not knowing the scriptures, and Vocab Malone, G-Man, all these people, they error, not knowing the scriptures, the error. You know? Let's look about that. Come back now. It say you the err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. So Vocab Malone, G-Man, you know, all these TDJ, all these people are teaching about the virgin birth and the immaculate conception. They err not knowing the scriptures, because if they didn't know the scriptures, they would never be teaching that the virgin birth or the Messiah was born through an angel and so forth, right? They would have read the Hebrews 2 verse 16, what stated, for verily he took not on him the nature of angels. They would have read that. That would have been the first scripture that come to their mind, right? So let's read verse 30 as well. It says, for in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as angels of God in heaven. So come on. Be real. Huh. Wow. Let me bring out one more scripture here. Now this scripture here, I'll end it with the scripture. It's a straight cut. It say, this is 1 John chapter 4 verse 3. It say, and every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh. So every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of God. So one time we know Vocab Malone, G-Man, all these Christians, all of them, they are not of God, right? It say, and this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. So, you know, the word Antichrist, you know, that is a topic by itself. It just means let us say anti-Messiah, you know, them that do believe in the Messiah, right? So it's saying, every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of God. So one time if you teach you come from angel and some spiritual thing and this and that, you are not of God. So one time we ain't even supposed to believe in you. We're even supposed to be taking you serious. Right? We're even supposed to be doing that. Right? So you end it there. Right? So that we give our praises to Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahushua, Baal Shem, Kakodash. We said the apostles and elders of great most well. And salutations solely I came out to the pushing wood on our truth and the day in and day out. Constantly in season of the season we say, Shalom.